masters of the art of stealth, subterfuge, and precise assassination. The Brotherhood is responsible for the creation of individuals capable of taking down empires in a single night. Of men and women who can fall armies without raising a sword or spear. Of invisible agents able to change the tides of war to whomever they choose. With all this, the assassins have safeguarded men's liberty and ensured that tyranny can never last. But what happens when a man trained by a master assassin, a man who absorbed years of experiences and tricks, decides that he'd rather be king than a hound hunting targets? Well, this story will touch on that subject. The story of how I was on the chase for the serial killer Jack the Ripper. The last time I saw my brother Jacob was in India. We were training new recruits and paving the way for the next generation of the Assassin's Brotherhood in London. We were giving away all our tricks, while also learning about new methods and philosophies from the local brotherhood. But that was 15 years ago. A decade and a half the last time I saw my brother. And now here I am, scouring through a dimly lit apartment, dusting off broken glass, staring at blood-soaked flooring, looking for clues on whoever took Jacob. Praying to whatever gods may be that he is still alive.
A letter?
Grand work the last job was. I give the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and I want to start again. You'll soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle from the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue, and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope. Ah!
Fortunately, despite Jacob's brusque nature and frequent disregard for subtlety, he does have a brain beneath the towering top hats.
There's a woman who can help. Unfortunately, she'll remind you of our childhood neighbor.
Unfortunately? What is Jacob trying to say? We loved old Nelly.
Before I left the apartment, I overheard 3 thugs waiting for me just outside the house. It seems that whoever is behind the kidnapping knows that I am on their tracks. Now, one of the things I've learned from the Indian Brotherhood is the use of fear and terror. Harnessing the power of fright to disable enemies instead of just outright killing them. After all, not every thug or guards in our way are Templar masterminds. Jacob's clues led me to a building where the ladies of the night tend to gather. I met with a contact and asked him about a woman named Nellie. She is the key in finding the trail to freeing Jacob.
Have you seen Nelly today?
What do you want with Nelly? Who are you? If you're a friend, then you may already be too late.
Where is she?
On her way to see Lady O. In the company the brutes paid to keep us in line. Hurry if you want to catch her.
Her information then led me to another building where a Lady Ower is performing a speech, in what seems to be an attempt to hire ladies for their business.
Shh, don't be afraid.
Jacob's sister. We can't talk here, please. He'll kill me. She'll see to it.
Who?
Lady Owers. Jacob said you must kill her to find him.
Smile and be polite, or I'll tell the Ripper where you sleep, my beauties. In Fry. Take Nellie and see to it that woman does not follow us.
Lady Ower, someone who can tell me something about the Ripper, is now my next target. She had fled by carriage, and so I commanded another to catch up to her trail. Now I must admit the chase went on for longer than I would prefer, but in the end I was able to stop the carriage, although more violently than I should have done.
Lady Owers. Whoa! Nellie, I'm so sorry.
She used me as a decoy. I fled to Owers Manor.
Hoping I'd cause your death, no doubt.
She knew you'd come, Miss Fry. Lady Owers the Ripper's eyes and ears in London.
Kill her and Jack will be forced to show himself. Hey! I'll look in on you soon, Nellie, I promise. Lady Owers will be expecting me, and I would not want to disappoint her.
When I arrived at Owers Manor, it was obvious that the Ripper's influence is scattered throughout the area and perhaps extending to the streets of London. The guards, despite their duty and numbers, are fearful. They are afraid that at any moment the Ripper will strike them down, just because they made a feeble mistake. Perhaps they forgot to close a door, or were late for their watch. But whatever they are afraid of, I knew I could use it to my advantage.
Something's gonna happen. I can feel it.
Using an overlook that towered over the manor's grounds, I plotted my path and decided which opportunities to take.
Like a dog would bury a bone. It ain't right, I tell ya. What if I'm next?
We're expecting Miss Fry. Alert the men and be discreet about it. We're still running a business here.
Come, drain my wine with honeyed lips, and I shall tell you a tale of unrequited love from the Orient.
You, get back to our guests. If Miss Fry doesn't slit our throats, the Ripper surely...
Before I descended from the overlook, I looked down to see what was waiting beneath. There were 4 guards, 3 patrolmen, and a brute. Now I could see a world where I go past them without them knowing. But this isn't it. Now I could have spared them from the fright, silently descend from the tower I was on and move like a ghost beneath the brushes and railings. But it has been years since I've used the spike and fear bombs, and knowing that Owers know that she is my target, it was best for me to test out my tools and ensure that I am not too rusty for this mission. And good news, I still got it. The next part of the plan was to go past the patrol-filled set of stairs and pavement that paralleled the manor. I took this chance to once again use the fear bomb and see how the patrol would react. I want them to run and scatter, to leave the area in fear of their lives. Otherwise, I might have to kill them all, and I would be no better than the man I'm hunting. When I descended down the stairs, I did get caught in a hiccup. I thought that pinning one of the patrols would again reinforce fear into the others. And while that was true, the terror was not enough for them to back down. Fortunately, a second spike can do what one cannot, and knocking out an unaware guard always works. Frightening the guards to fleeing and knocking down the rest who were foolish enough to be courageous, I safely made it to a small dwelling where the butler is.
You heard me. The only way that woman gets inside is over your dead bodies. If you're not careful, you'll all be dead before any of you see her face. Need I remind you that if something happens to Lady O, it's the end of everything we've worked for.
Overhearing the conversation, I now know that the butler was heading to see the head mistress. And someone like him who knows the ins and outs of the old manor, I was confident that he would have a faster way of getting to Ower's chambers. While following him, the butler disappeared beyond bookcases. Now, to a superstitious fellow, one would think he was an old ghost hunting the manor for years now. But to an assassin, it was obvious that such a giant structure would have secret rooms and hallways. The secret path led me to the upper floors, letting me avoid the lower guards and reducing the risk of being seen.
Sutra, you say?
As I snuck through the floor, I managed to spot Thomas Ower, my target's worst half.
Curious literature. Wait here, my dear boy. No member of our illustrious club can ignore Sir Richard's exquisite translation.
Eavesdropping on his conversation, I hid in a nearby closet when Thomas decided to grab a particular book. He wanted to boast about his collection. Unfortunately for him, he is now an opportunity that is just ripe for the taking. When he was too busy scanning through the shelves, I took the opportunity to grab him unaware and drag him around the house as a sort of human shield. But instead of shielding me from bullets, he will be protecting me from the eyes of suspicion.
Oldest of the three faiths. How intriguing. And where are you taking me?
Someplace private. I hear the lady has a lovely boudoir upstairs. Perhaps she'd like to join us.
I held him secretly hostage, twisting his arm behind his back. I made sure to let him know that any wrong move will forfeit his life.
Scream and it'll be your last. I don't want to hurt you.
Let me go and I'll help you.
If you want to live, don't make a sound. Act naturally.
Eventually, we made it to Lady Ower's chambers.
No noise.
Darling, I have a most delicious surprise for you.
Not now, husband. Can you not see how occupied I am? I should thank you, Miss Fry. I fear death at the Ripper's hands far more than at yours.
What have you done with these men?
The Ripper is entertaining them presently. Mr. Weaver's Brook will be joining them soon.
Let us hope Jack has not found you yet, Mr. Weaversbrook.
With Lady Ower's death, I stepped closer to catching up to the Ripper. But before anything else, I needed to extract myself from the manor. Leaving the chamber's floor required a bit of grunt work. I wanted to live like a ghost, disappearing from the floor and passing through the guards without ever touching them. However, I mistakenly placed myself in a position where I had no other choice. I had to knock out one of the guards when he passed by the spot that I got myself stuck in. But this did lead to another guard getting distracted, allowing me to coast through the floor behind his back. I then just traced back to the secret path behind the bookshelf, and made my way up to the rooftops where there was no one patrolling. As I scanned the courtyard for opportunities of escape, I spotted an empty carriage, the perfect vehicle for a quick getaway. Now the last thing to do was just to wait, to stand by until the perfect window presents itself. And when it does,
Hey! Someone get her! Who's she?
Don't be so stingy, mate. You taking the piss? It's your third fag this week.
Hey! You!
Huh?
Stop it!
Bugger! Go tell Lady O.
You tell her. I need this job.